Ciao a tutti. This is Bagel. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we won't be able to get together for a podcast this week, so Liza asked me if I could step in and choose a best of episode to bring to all of you. I do want to mention, just to be clear, that this has nothing to do with the wildfires that have been raging in Southern California, although we do know people who have lost nearly everything there, but who thankfully are safe, and our hearts and our thoughts are with everyone who's been affected. We would like to ask all of our listeners to do what they can to help support the response to this disaster and the subsequent recovery, which is going to be tremendous. So for this week's show, I've pulled out a classic gem from over 10 years ago. Can you believe that we've been at this for that long? I've selected episode 65, Barfistan Take 2, recorded November 23rd, 2014. Listening to this time capsule again was a joy for me in so many ways. First, this was the episode that really awakened my interest in going to Pakistan, featuring an excellent discussion with Aaron and Jeanette about their experiences there, and I ended up following in their footsteps less than 2 years later on a vintage Vespa. Also, it was recorded the day after I had bought my Stella, which I talk about on the show. And among others, the show features classic Lucas, who I personally miss having around. And it features an appearance by our dearly departed Bosley the Pug, too. So, without further ado, here's the shoe.
Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits at the Recycle Garage. So, welcome back to another Sunday recording. Tonight in the garage we have me, this is Liza, then we have Knock.
Yes.
Bagel.
Ohio.
Aaron.
Hey.
Jeanette.
Hello.
Lucas.
Yeah.
And James.
What's up?
I got demoted. So hard.
For good reason.
I know.
You only messed up, like 3 times in a row?
Actually, I would be fired if it was a regular job.
So, Knock, you want to take over from here?
Nope.
Good choice.
So what did we do last week? We went to the Dirtbag Challenge in San Francisco, held at Hunters Point, in some industrial-ass, ghetto-ass looking ass spot. And we saw motorcycles do burnouts and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't sell any shirts, though.
No.
No.
So, who was there at the Dirtbag? Okay, raising hands doesn't
I
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bagel,
there.
Knock.
Where were you, Lucas?
Dude, I had a prior engagement.
Aaron, Jeanette. All right, so the Dirtbag Challenge is a
low rent chopper build off.
thank you. Low rent chopper build off. It's like an apocalyptic warehouse district. We like to say titties, tattoos, and burnouts and
Yep.
beer.
I heard there was a distinct lack of titties this year.
No, there were some titties.
That is not true.
Mine were there. Mine were
Hers
totally there.
They were fabulous, by the way.
Megan must have lied to me then.
Mine were also
Totally
there.
lied. She was just jelly.
It was a lot of fun, and we had Phil and Emmy from Cleveland Moto here.
Yeah.
Took them up there, and
He got his S3 going and was doing wheelies down the parking lot.
I love how he would start revving that bike up.
Yeah.
And just that two-stroke, and just it would be a cloud of white smoke. And then that dude with the special tires would do donuts and burnouts
Yeah, he
and
was
send off a
smoke.
blue cloud. I'm like, I don't know, like Phil's was cooler because that was actual exhaust smoke
Yeah.
cloud. That was not, yeah.
Phil had the distinct danger of him actually holding a piston and seizing the bike up as he rode up and down the lot, you know. It's an older bike, so.
Well, and the smell of castor oil is way better than burnt rubber.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And have you guys been to the Dirtbag before often?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So for a
Great.
lot of us,
It's one of those events that I try my best not to miss.
It's
So,
kinda- it's
what
kinda
were
my
you doing,
Christmas.
Jeanette, at the beer dirt?
I was a beer wench.
Yeah.
Official beer wench. It was great.
Really? Cool. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. And then last night I had a bunch of people over to watch On Any Sunday because
Hey.
believe it or not, there are a bunch of the people in this shop who've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Lucas, it was the first time for you, and you stayed awake for that one.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I actually thought it was really entertaining. It was presented in kind of like a really straightforward style, but I really liked just how completely honest it was. Like, it's just like, here are a bunch of bikers. This is what they're doing. This is where it is. Here's them doing it. This guy is doing this thing. This guy's doing this thing. And it was a really interesting expose. And it had a definitively retro feel, which I felt actually made it a lot more interesting.
Just because it's old.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually made in the 70s.
Well, it had a
Retro's the
retro
new
feel
word
because
for
it
old.
was retro.
Yeah,
I thought that was obvious.
They really nailed that part.
But
yeah.
it's kind of different from what you would see today. And I thought it was really refreshing just looking at how, our forefathers rode motorcycles and everything. I enjoyed watching them ride the track.
How young are you?
You know what's really cool about it is like you grasp the concept of context. Back then, they were working with equipment that's nowhere near as awesome as
That's true.
well built or.
I remember them
high-tech.
saying they were talking about like they had a circuit track or like a speedway or something with banked hairpin turns, and they're like, and as they enter the turn, their suspension bottoms out, and I was just like, what? Like, your suspension should never be bottoming out. Like, what kind of crap were they working with? But it makes you think like. They must have had balls of steel because those like tire technology was like a million years behind, even 30 years ago.
Like you were commenting, like, "Oh my God, they're crossing over."
Yeah, and all the circuit riders are riding crossed up, and I was just like, "What's the deal with that?" But I guess maybe their tires had so little traction they had to ride crossed up.
Tire tech was actually only about 40 years behind where it is now.
But that's what I'm saying. I watched them ride crossed up, and I'm just like, why are they doing that? And Liza said it's probably because their tires don't get any traction, so they have to center their bodies over the rear wheel. Otherwise, they'll end up blow siding.
I was always figured they'd go a lot faster if their balls weren't dragging on the ground.
And you know what I thought was really funny was that the only people who were dragging me were the people who were doing flat track racing.
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Flat track racers were dragging me before regular circuit racers. So I thought that was really interesting. They had like metal hockey pads or whatever they put on their knees in order to get that
There were people wearing catcher's gear, hockey shin guards, football shoulder pads,
That's what I rode when I started
jockey
riding.
jockey helmets,
Chin
and
erasers. Every single one of them wore chin erasers.
Yeah, dude.
It was awesome.
It was like watching some Mad Max shit. Like, seriously.
Yeah, but I love showing it to people. And James, you still have to see it.
I have yet to see
There's
it.
a bunch of people who still, and apparently Bagel.
Yeah, I've heard all about it, but I've never
I
seen
know,
it.
right? What is wrong with you people?
I didn't
It's 2 wheels.
I didn't get the memo about last night.
I know.
And you know what? I think the most striking thing about it was that they had stuff in that movie that you would never see today. Like, what was that town they raced through?
Elsinore.
Yeah, they had 1,500 riders participating in a hybrid street and dirt race throughout this entire town.
Wow.
And I'm like, there is no way they'd organize something like that today. But that was crazy. I mean, you just looked at the starting line and it was like a mile wide, dude. and just imagining all those guys fighting for pole position coming straight out of that starting line. That must have been the most brutal, dragged out, knuckle busting start in history. You know what I mean?
could all thank Leaded Gas for that insanity. Thank you.
Or one of the racers who broke his leg and then he wanted to race the next week to get the points. So he soaked his cast in the bathtub, took it off, and then just duct taped his leg together to race.
Yeah.
Well, like I used to tell my my old sponsor, a boot is basically a cast.
Yeah.
You cut the cast off, put your foot in a boot, tape it up, you're good.
That dude ended up getting his heel sucked into a pothole or something, and then he just had to quit. He probably re-broke his leg after that.
Well, and which brings up that Dana Brown now has on any Sunday the next chapter. No, there wasn't on any Sunday too. Apparently,
terrible,
in '91, I think that was.
It was terrible. Nobody counts it.
So we're not counting.
Really?
So they're
It's
calling it
non-canon.
on any Sunday next chapter, which is in some theaters now, so you can look around for that, or you can be like me. I signed up on Amazon to get it as soon as it's released. What? Oh, Amazon.
Probably already on.
Well,
Pirate
I'm
Bay.
buying it.
No, I was saying ooh as in yay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I should do that.
I'm buying it for the library.
I'm going to do that right now while we're talking.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But yeah, that was fun. But then Lucas didn't make it through the second movie.
Yeah.
What was the second movie?
It was like a Baja racing movie, and
Oh, no, it's Dana Brown's movie.
It wasn't Baja.
It was
was
Dust
it?
to Glory.
Yeah,
it was
Dust to
Baja
Glory.
1000.
Baja 1000.
yeah, Baja 1000.
No, but
See?
it wasn't. It wasn't all about Baja. It was like way more. It
Look,
wasn't
I
really
saw
about the
maybe
event, it
like
was
10 to 15% of it when I wasn't sleeping.
That's enough.
So, so it was about Baja to me.
No, it's. I mean, it is about Baja, but it didn't really capture it, and it's just crap. Don't bother.
I love that
Oh.
movie.
Oh,
I like
Yeah.
I like how we get dissenting opinions
Yeah.
here. This is good.
I remember I'd just be on the couch like falling asleep, and Liza would just nudge me and be like, "Oh my god, check out that awesome like Baja cruiser!
Watch
Blah,
right
blah,
now, like Mouse is about to crash.
Yeah, and I never figured out who Mouse was. I was just like, okay.
He was
He's
an
that dude
actual
that's always
mouse.
about to crash.
He's
That's
a
what I-
literal mouse about to crash.
Well, we got plenty more. Oh, and the funny thing is, he's like, I thought it was going to be that movie with Ewan McGregor.
Just be that movie with you and McGregor.
Which, when you say we're going to watch a motorcycle movie, you have a 50-50 chance if he or his voice is in it.
Yeah, it's either Ewan McGregor or Torque.
So let's cover some.
He's losing his shit right now.
Okay, that was funny.
Okay.
That was funny.
Let's cover some what we did today. James, what'd you do today? You
put a
worked on the
chain.
fling poo.
Yes, I did. I put a new chain on because the chain that I had actually broke while I was riding it.
ooh.
Although it was only half of a link, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't the master link. It was the actual regular
Are
link.
It was just
kidding
a
me?
regular
Yeah.
link that just
Yep.
happened to snap.
I have never seen
Well,
that.
Aaron, you were
happen.
already
That's
commenting on
low-grade
his
steel.
Chinese bike. Yeah, the link broke. Not like just one of the links just gave out.
Right, so I got a heavy duty chain from We All Ride.
Nice.
As it turns out, the heavy duty chain is only, I think it's like $1 or $2 more than the standard one.
Yeah.
So I got it for like $18 and put it on today. Good thing about Chinese bikes is that parts are extremely cheap, and you will have to replace them. So that's helpful.
Because the parts are extremely cheap.
Right.
So you got a chain that could actually chain now.
Yes.
Cool.
For now.
For now.
And let's see, and speaking of cheap, I got a new wheel for the XL 175 because I put Chinese bolts on for the hold the sprocket on,
Oh no.
and they broke. And in the process of breaking, everything started twisting, and it snapped the hub.
Oh,
Yeah, that thing.
But fortunately, I was able to find a whole wheel with a rotor, tire, everything for like $50 shipped on eBay.
sweet.
Wow.
So
Yeah, half that cost was like the shipping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's cheap getting parts for that, but I actually put on the back off brake light modulator on my Versys today finally.
All right.
So y'all know a lot of our people have been in accidents
Yeah.
in the last year. And I think most of them you're pointing. What are you pointing at?
Oh, what?
Oh.
Me?
Have you been?
No, not recently.
No,
Okay, yeah.
I dropped
Okay.
my bike.
No, but a lot of the guys here have had accidents, and I believe a lot of them could have been avoided with better visibility. So I'm on a whole visibility
Yep.
kick and putting
Well, now,
light modulators
the
and all
guy,
that
the guy
stuff
that's
on.
running into you can have an epileptic seizure as the brake light is blinking on and off really quickly.
Well, maybe he'll be able to pulse his brakes.
You see what I put up with?
I just figured if I get hit from behind, I'm going too slow.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Italian school of driving. Nothing, everything behind me is of no consequence.
Oh, and then Donut came today.
Yeah.
So Donut showed up.
Is that another person? Do you
We're
that
in
was-
a
name
that was-
people after round
We're not
items
really
of food?
Bagel came with the name. Donut got named because
earned
the
his name,
cops
dude.
love him.
Yeah. Loving as in stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
So Donut has a DR 650 that he called me and said, it's having trouble starting when it's wet. Can I bring it down? Sure. Well, we hear the beep, 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 and a tow truck pulled up, and he actually got a flatbed truck
Oh, damn.
to bring him down.
down here.
I want to notate that this towing service. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a flatbed, but they had a motorcycle wheel chock with outriggers and with little wheels on it,
Nice.
so that you can roll it up and down without having to hold the bike upright.
Sweet. Nice.
And because I've gotten towed before, and the guy made me go to the hardware store to buy straps to put my bike on there.
Oh, gee.
Really? That's a
sucked.
shitty towing service,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, dude.
seriously, a towing service. doesn't
1
have
star on
straps.
Yelp.
Yeah, I know.
No tow rope.
So Donut brought the DR650 in, and it has power, but nothing beyond that works. Starter button does nothing. And he had troubles before where apparently he got when he bought the bike, it came with the oversized gas tank. And prior to that, whoever put it on, the oversized gas tank had been rubbing the wiring together, pinching it,
Oops.
Uh-oh.
which had worn wires together, which had then caused things to short, and it started causing like fires and melting wires throughout the bike.
Damn.
Oops.
Of which he finally took it to a real mechanic because we were
That's
just
a hot bike.
repairing burnt out things and never finding the source. So our friend Jim, the mechanic, he
Your
says,
friend
please
Jim.
don't send anyone else to me. I want to retire. He found the problem and fixed it. But when Donut came in today, we found even more wiring up underneath the headlight that had completely melted the plastic away. It was 3 feet of a bare hot wire
You're kidding
running
me. I
through
didn't,
his wiring
I didn't
harness.
get that. Jeez.
What could
Man.
possibly go wrong?
Right.
Well.
So we had to trace all that, and with a lot of people, when you're like, well, now you're gonna have to take the tank off. Oh, well, can't we just try it?
No, dude, take your shit off.
Take the tank off. And people will just
It's
go
a
to great
DR,
lengths
it's
to
like
try and
3
work
bolts.
around
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
It's like, but he used Loctite on it.
What?
Not the red one. I
Red?
hope. No.
Anyway, we finally
Wah.
took all the headlight off, got all the wiring out, got it replaced.
Yeah. Did you replace
Still
the actual
didn't
wiring?
work. Yeah.
Splice in a new.
I just cut it out at both ends and
for you.
spliced in a new wire.
Cool.
And then still didn't work, so then we were doing the whole going down the line, trying to do, check it from every source. And while we're checking stuff, it just started working. I don't know.
The gremlin just said, all right, my shift's over.
And he's like, awesome, you did it. I'm like, high
No more.
five. Don't know what I did.
yeah.
See you next week.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Might have been the right wire that got jiggled. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
running now, and he's out of here. He's good to go.
Yeah, so that was what we did. And then Bagel.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
You got news?
I do. I have a new, more or less, scooter. It is a 2010 genuine Stella 4-stroke 150.
Stella!
Stella.
What's a Stella?
It is a.
That's a good question.
Stella
It's also a
is,
beer.
It's like a Gixxer, but
Smaller wheelbase.
Jixer with like 50% less.
maybe a little bit less than that, but it's a 4-stroke 150 that basically is the same look as the vintage P series Vespas. The company in India called LML basically bought all of the body stampings for all the bodywork for the Vespa P series.
Wow.
And started making their own clones essentially after probably back in the 80s onward.
I got a quick question. So why is it that James's Chinese fake Honda is crap, but you're saying an Indian fake Vespa is good?
Well,
They probably actually
They're-
use real metal.
they do use real metal. The quality is not nearly as bad as a lot of Chinese bikes. They are not perfect, I will say. They have quality control issues, especially a lot of the rubber and plastic is not very good quality, at least on some of the early ones, apparently, like mine. But the thing about this one is I've had my eye on this particular bike for several years now. This is actually one of the first 4 that was brought into the United States.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it's 00003.
Yes, this is 00003. And
have you thought about why there were only like 4?
well, this is just the first 4 that
Are you doing research for him? Is that why?
No, but
Your hipster cred is like over 9,000 right now.
9,000. But
It's like only one of like the first 5. You know.
And
You go to the great place and
That's all. Great point.
So, but basically, the story is that they brought in the first 4 bikes in the first batch because one of them needed to go to EPA for testing. And
Does that mean it got all cut up?
Supposedly it did. That's what that story that I had heard.
It's
like what they do at the FCC.
I'm hearing
That's something you assume just from the fact that you were able to buy it here.
Maybe, I don't know, but I have heard rumored that it actually is still intact and does exist somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but I would be very curious to know. One of the other 4 I know was totaled in an accident, so only 3 of the first 4 are left. And out of the first 4, 1 went to the EPA for testing, and the other 3 went around on tour to various dealerships and events to show it off back in 2010 when they were first coming out with these. And this one ended up going to San Francisco Scooter Center, where it has been for the last 4.5 years as their demo bike.
Wow.
And the dealer there is no longer going to be carrying this model, so the owner called me up because I had been in touch with him and told him I was interested in it.
Oh, cool.
And he told me he was getting rid of it, and I went up and bought it on Saturday.
So did you have to pay more or less than what it's worth?
I paid significantly less than MSRP.
Okay,
Well,
so
'cause
wait,
it's a demo
they
bike,
imported
right?
this.
Well, what
You
is
had
a demo bike?
Well, you had a bunch of dumbasses, crapping it up 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? So
Apparently, the demo bikes make more power because everybody just flogs the shit out of them, and the rings are seated. I don't know. I keep hearing that kind of shit. So.
Yeah, they're basically like rental cars, short-term rental cars.
Yeah.
They
They
can
just get hammered constantly.
Yeah, this one has seen a little bit of abuse. It actually
about that.
got the most abuse before it even became a demo bike when it was on the tour.
Nice.
Someone tried to do a wheelie on it to show off and planted the bike on the right side and give it a good
how do you
dose of
do a
road rash.
wheelie on a scooter?
It's possible.
It's
I've
I mean,
seen
it's
it, man.
possible,
You lean-
but even if you do it, you're still lame.
No, it's
No, it depends on the
You
scooter.
watch
That's
some
the
videos
coolest
on
shit I've
YouTube.
ever
You have
seen,
not
man.
seen some real scooter wheelies by
I'm
gonna
by
be a
real
stunner.
Italians.
I've seen plenty of people in Southeast Asia doing scooter wheelies, okay? And I gotta say, it
Nah.
doesn't look nearly as cool.
Well, I will.
They always have to have some guy on the back for ballast.
Oh well,
No, what you really have to
that's
do is
just
you have
normal everyday riding. But I will post some videos to the recycle page with some real Italian wheelie riders that will amaze you.
See, what you have to do is you have
Really?
to get a rack on the back, and that way you can put your foot on the rack. Just lift the bike up.
Do standing wheelie.
Yeah.
And you said that you...
But how do you on a scooter? Like,
Dude, you can
it's
and-
automatic, right?
It's about that weight transfer dough.
No, this is actually a manual shift. This
Oh,
is-
really?
this is the
Oh, that's
first
cool.
manual.
That's cool.
Yep.
You said you killed a bike?
I did. As the circle of life goes, something new comes into the world, something must go out. And this morning I went for a ride on my Vespa GTS 300, got off the freeway and pulled in and parked and wondered, why is there white smoke coming out of my exhaust like smoke out of the barrel of a gun?
New Pope elected?
And no, we already have a Pope.
It was really good.
I was like sniffing. I was like, what the hell? Did I like lose my oil somewhere? What's going on? And I go and I pull the dipstick out and take a look, and there's white globs on the dipstick.
Oh, coolant?
Yep. I've either cracked the blue head gasket or
So you should
cracked
probably
the
see a
cylinder.
doctor about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Yet,
So what's your what's your count for running versus non-running?
now?
bikes?
It is 3 to 7.
Okay.
That's running to
gosh.
non-running.
That's not good.
Yeah, you need to flip that, dude.
Yes,
I'm
I
currently
do.
at 3 to 1, and it feels pretty good.
I need to get back to something like that.
I'm at 1 of
50-50
0.
would
It's the best.
would make me really happy, but I've got work to do.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, man.
Yeah,
That's exciting. And now you can use the new bike for the 10-butt 200.
yes, I can, and I plan to.
Cool.
I have a
I'm so
300cc. I have a 300cc two-stroke KTM motor. You can drop into that bad boy if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be badass, though.
That would be awesome.
For
You'd be
you,
doing burnouts in that with no trouble.
for y'all who didn't know, that Bagel and I are organizing a 200-mile loop for
I was going to ask about the
under-
10, but I like the sound of this.
200-mile loop for under 200cc motorcycles and scooters.
Does it have to be street
200 and
legal?
under.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not really. I mean, if you could get away with it,
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to take your chances, go for
man.
James, how many cc
it. It is South Counties.
What's
I
the
think
route?
it's 196.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, because my KDX is technically 198. I want to say.
Fuck it, dude. Just do it.
So we're doing it
Slap a plate on it, call it
in
good.
April. You can go to the Facebook page, TinButt200, and sign up there. Like us. We just, I've always poo-pooed small bikes in general. What good are they for? And I'm trying to find something that they're good for, and this is it. Let's do a race.
I love small
a
bikes.
rally.
Yeah.
It's a rally.
Yeah,
So,
I've been thinking about small bikes recently. I just picked up the latest issue of Motorcyclist, and they were talking about the new RC390. And I was thinking that, like, small bikes...
That's not a small bike, really, by world standards.
I call that a small bike because I ride a Jigsaw, okay? So, but I'm just thinking, like, if you have something that's light but puts out, like, an insane amount of power, that's exactly what you want, right? And if you're going to be flogging something in the hills, even if it can't do, like, 150 in a straight line, it doesn't matter,
That's why Supermoto exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's all about how flickable it is, you know what I mean? So...
Nice. Speaking of flickables and small bikes, it's a moment where we get to know some people here today. So,
Oh my!
how's that speaking of flickables?
I don't know. That was a
You're
bad
Like, you're
segue.
really bad at
Calling
segues.
us
It's just a fucked up
flickable.
segue.
you probably make hella mixed metaphors, dude. Like...
Oh no.
We need to practice your segues.
You mean
I'm neither flickable
speaking
nor
of
small.
awesome, desirable things? Let me introduce you to our guests.
There you go. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate that. So here tonight we have Aaron Bonner and Jeanette Sasek, and
Yo.
we're gonna get to know about them before we talk about Pakistan.
Oh,
So
what do you want to know?
we're gonna know. We're gonna start ladies first, I guess. Means chivalrous.
Okay.
Aaron, go
Lady.
ahead. Go right ahead.
That's all me.
That's it.
Not
Okay.
just tipped his fedora right here.
Tip. Okay, what got you into riding?
Oh, that's a good question. There was a girl that I used to work with who used to commute to work. I don't work with her any longer. So she may still commute to work. I just don't know.
Yeah.
So I asked her one day about riding and said, as people often do, oh, you should teach me to ride sometime.
Right, casually?
Yeah, exactly. Just show me one day. And she pointed me to the MSF program, which I took.
Cool.
And
you are also now an
and
MSF
I am
teacher.
now a rider coach with the CMSP. And I've been riding since then, although my first year I was terrified.
So how many years have you been riding again?
It's been about 9 now.
Nice.
But the first year did a couple thousand miles.
Yeah.
I was so scared, and
What were you
after
scared
that,
of precisely.
I was scared of dying. I was
were
scared of dying.
My question, that was kind of a loaded question. My question was, were you more scared of other people or yourself?
I was more scared of myself and not and
Confidence.
that's and yeah, exactly, and just being able to control the bike. And
Okay.
I'm a relatively slow learner, so it took me a while to just feel comfortable enough to really get out there and
Because
ride.
I feel like the more experienced you get, the more you transition from being scared of yourself to like scared of how other people are fucking crazy.
Yeah. you certainly develop confidence in your abilities.
Yeah.
I'm still scared
Aaron,
of myself all the
what
time.
got you into riding?
So I grew up in kind of rural New Mexico, and my dad road raced and had a bunch of hot bikes around.
So it's in the blood in the family.
Yeah, so he used to take me out on his Ducati when I was like 4. He'd put me on the gas tank and just let me
Nice.
hold on to the bars, and just fell in love with it. So I got my first bike when I was 7. Used to ride it to elementary school. My teachers hated my family.
Jealous.
Dude, you were probably the coolest kid in school. Though.
Oh yeah, so I could take ditch banks all the way to school, so I didn't have to hit a street or anything. But I had to come in through the back of the school, so I'd ride across the playground, just shred the freaking playground every morning, and then I'd go and lock it up in the front of the school with the other kids' bicycles.
Nice. How long you been riding?
33 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. So what do you guys ride currently? I mean, what are you guys riding?
I have a Suzuki DR650
Yeah.
with a really big tank on it. Now I really want to look at the electrics.
Yeah. The oil
After that
tanker.
story, and also a DRZ 400 SM.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Am I you? You got a
Wait,
baby,
is
don't you?
the DRZ the one you got a ticket on?
No, that was a borrowed bike. I was on a Tuono
Oh, that'll
Yeah.
do
on
that
that
too.
one.
Yeah, that was the V4
Completely uncalled for that ticket, by the way.
Yeah, was it
Really?
I am innocent.
Yeah,
Who ticketed you?
they.
They did.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, and you got a bevy of bikes.
Yeah, I tend to cycle through them a little bit.
Yeah. But like, what's your go-to right now? I know you got it.
My go-to right now is a 690 Enduro.
Yeah. Okay. Your KTM.
Yeah, that thing's amazing. Fully rally kitted out. I beat the hell out of that bike on dirt street, whatever I can find.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen it, man. I think it's a cool looking bike.
It's
seen
cool,
some
but
shit.
if you look at it, it's not a garage queen. That thing's been beat to hell pretty badly.
Right on.
I can attest. I've seen it.
Yep.
Here's a weird oddball kind of question. What's your favorite tool?
My
For
favorite
wrenching.
tool. Oh,
Yeah,
for wrenching. Wow.
yeah.
Like favorite like cheater tool.
Hand
Like
tool?
this
What
thing's
tool?
amazing.
Whatever.
Tool in the shop.
Tool in the shop, whatever.
Wow. I got to go with my Ghetto Fabulous lift that I built.
Nice. No, that's cool.
Ghetto
Making your own
Fabulous.
shit and
It's terrible.
It works.
Yeah, it's
but it works though,
terrible.
right?
Yeah, it
I mean,
works great usually.
there you go. Nobody's lost fingers.
I did have it did drop one time. It kind of I lost a valve, kind of messed up, and
Yeah.
But fortunately, it was my dirt bike up on the lift, so
Yeah.
who cares?
Right. What about you, Jeanette? You do a little bit on your own wrenching, right?
Very little bit, although I do a little bit, but I'll say my favorite thing in the garage is my bicycle pump to pump up my motorcycle tires because I use it all the time.
That's gotta take a while.
You don't have a compressor.
well,
I've
not
done
from
that.
flat.
Right. Yeah.
You need a compressor.
Longest trip, or longest you've been on a motorcycle, continuous motorcycle ride? Because I know you guys have done some road
Yeah,
shit.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
I think the longest ride for me would be Baja, going down to San Felipe and Baja with a bunch of people from the Bay Area
Oh,
Riders Forum.
That's fun.
I heard that was miserable. Like
No,
That's never
not to me.
miserable.
It was
No,
fantastic.
I thought going back was gnarly because it was wet and cold. Like
It was wet and
Right.
cold,
Wah.
but it was still awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Baby.
Yeah, mine. My longest mileage wise and time wise was when I was in New Mexico right after I graduated high school. Rode down to Sao Paulo, Brazil.
No
and back.
shit, dude. Wow. Road dog style.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I had a friend down there. He was an exchange student I met in high school. And he's like, "Hey, come on down and visit."
Dude, I was trying to get a job out
Did
of
you
high
get
school.
kidnapped 3 times along the way?
Yeah, I got kidnapped, 40 times, and no, it was. There were a few times I thought I was probably going to
You
die, but
ended
I
up
managed to make it
sympathizing
through.
with a couple revolutions.
All right.
You know,
And this is the ultimate question. You've given some thought about
42.
the answer.
What is, Liza? What is your up the bike?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, because I thought it'd be a cool thing to do.
We all know Liza's up the butt bike. We have to ask
I
them.
thought never fuck it. Okay, what's your up the butt bike?
You're not cut out for this.
All right.
I know, clearly not.
I'm just going. Mine's the MV Augusta Brutal. I just love
Brutale.
that bike.
The 800
but it's
or
beautiful.
the they have like a middleweight and they also have like an 800. So which one is it?
I think,
the 800.
Yeah.
I have a
Nice.
model over there of one, I think.
Those are sexy bikes.
somewhere.
They do sound
Aren't they
cool.
beautiful? They're just-
awesome.
Dude, the exhaust on that thing is just like a fucking work of art.
Yeah.
You know, like I usually hate stock exhausts, but it looks so cool. There's no way I'd ever replace it.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I'm not really that into the road racing stuff, but
Right.
I had that stint years ago, but for me it's an original Mike Hillwood Ducati,
Yeah.
and not one of the modern
Like the one that he
throwback
rode or
ones. Like,
something?
yeah,
or-
and my dad actually had one. He destroyed it racing, so that's proper, I guess.
Wow.
But yeah, I
Circle
love
of
that
life.
bike. Love that bike.
Cool. Those are some pretty
My
decent
up
choices.
the butt bike was a Super Ligera. So
Oh, I know a friend that has one.
Me
Really?
too.
Super leggera.
I am going to totally steal that from him.
He's also gay, so it might work out.
hey, he can be my sugar daddy as long as he lets me ride it, dude.
It? Right, it? Wink, wink.
I'll send you some contact
Sorry.
info.
Okay. Moving on. Pakistan.
I'm not kidding.
You guys came all the way to San Francisco to hang out a bunch of ding-dongs to talk about this amazing, awesome, epic trip you guys had.
So we did a podcast previously, the Bumpy Roads and Broken Bones. That was in reference to Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jim and Rebecca and Daniel came and shared their story of their trip to Pakistan. But there was quite a few people who went. And you guys went on one of the different tours. How many people were on your tour?
There were only 3 of us from the States.
That's like that would have been a completely different experience.
Yes.
Where were most of the people from if they weren't from the States?
Well, it was the 3 of us who had signed on for this tour, and then everybody else, they were friends of Moeen, who's the organizer, or people he had as support people. So people in the support truck, people, friends riding along with us, friends riding in the support truck.
So you're saying
And
the majority of the people were actually Pakistani?
Exactly.
Yes, it was a much smaller tour than the first one, and I think in many respects more interesting because of it.
Yeah.
So let's recap the basics. How long were you there? Where did you go? And what were you riding?
I was there slightly longer than Aaron, so I was there around 3 weeks, but I had a few days to spend in Lahore.
Okay.
Nice.
So that was before
that's
the
where
riding
Moeen
happened.
lives, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I missed that leg of it,
Right.
sadly.
So you like some crazy tourist stuff, or you just hung out a couple days and
Did some
kinda soaked it
tourist
in?
stuff. Went to the Wagah border from Pakistan to India, and just different sites to see.
Yeah.
The really great thing about it, it's an incredible city.
Yeah.
But it was the first time I've seen in person the people on the motorcycle. There's 5 people on a motorcycle.
Right,
And we
right.
see the pictures here and laugh and go, ha ha ha, that's crazy. Look at
Right.
that. But there's
just normal.
just thousands of people on motorcycles. They're everywhere, and that's how people get around. So it's not ha 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 funny. This is what life
how
is
they just
like.
roll,
This
yeah.
is how they live.
This is how we roll.
Let's actually go back a second. So how did you guys find out about the trip? And what made you decide to do this?
Well, so I've known Moeen for a number of years. So he went to school in San Francisco.
Yeah, so he came
And-
up from Pakistan. Came
Yeah,
over
and so
here.
I met him sort of through Barf, and I didn't really know much about him until he was doing his trip. He rode a sport bike from San Francisco to Lahore.
And Barf is our
I'm
local
sorry.
Bay Area
Yeah.
Writers Forum.
Yes, and so he rode his motorcycle from San Francisco to Lahore. Obviously, had it shipped from New York out to Europe and continued from there.
Wow.
No
and-
pontoons, huh?
No, it's crazy. Yeah, he kind of wimped out on that part.
No polarization.
But so the interesting thing is he had a heck of an accident in Romania.
Yeah.
And was in the hospital for I want to say about a month or so. And during that time, a whole bunch of us from out here got together and worked with someone out there and got his bike fixed while he was healing up.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. There was a thread of people shipping parts over there.
Yeah,
for
we
the
shipped
bike.
parts. We collected all kinds of money. It's actually Gwen on Bay Area Writers Forum who really spearheaded that, and she's an amazing person. And
Yeah, she's a cool chick, man.
What's Gwen's username again?
Thumper X.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. Know her.
And yeah, so that's really kind of how I got to know Moeen. And then we would talk now and then. And whenever he'd come out and visit, we'd spend some time hanging out, riding together. Just a neat guy. I mean, he's one of those guys who is just so full of life and so full of positive energy. I mean, that guy is I don't think he's ever said anything negative in his life or done anything negative. It's all positive and everything's amazing. And everywhere he goes, no matter
Epic. Everything's epic.
epic and amazing are his 2 words. And really, like, that guy could be anywhere doing anything, and it's epic and amazing, and like it's really neat. It's a neat
If I
thing.
could turn
So-
back the time.
So he told you about this, or you saw the listing and the Barf?
Yeah, so he did make a post on Barf, but he actually called me and was like, dude, you better come on one of these. And that's because the previous year he had a extended an invitation for people to go out, but it was like a 5-week trip. And I have one of those, a job. So that wasn't going to happen. So I told him, like, hey, if you do like a 2-week trip next year, I'll go. And yeah, he called me and was like, okay, dude, 2-week trip.
Put the ball in your court.
Really couldn't really get out of that one.
Yeah.
Nor did I want to.
So
and
you were trapped. So
I was trapped.
Jeanette, how'd you learn about it?
I had met Moyne one time, and I saw the thread from the previous year's tour, and the pictures from that tour were taken by his cousin Usman, and the pictures were just so incredible. I thought, I've got to do that.
Right.
I've got to do it. And I was afraid of saying yes, I'd do it, but I finally got there, and I'm so happy I did.
So is this one of the craziest things you've done?
I think so.
So this is you like,
although crazy, not really spontaneous because a lot of thought went into it,
Right.
but definitely there was enough fear of doing it that it felt kind of crazy. And a lot of other people, once I came to the decision, I didn't feel like it was so crazy.
Yeah.
But other people did. So
That's what we get a lot too. Is like everybody who went on the trip was getting a lot of negative. Don't go. It's fucking crazy. They don't like Americans. Blah 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 or whatever it was, and it was entirely the opposite of that apparently. So,
Well, I mean, not entirely. I mean,
No.
there are instances I think where there are people who are skeptical.
Yes.
Of Western culture in general, and that's I get that. Honestly, like whenever I travel, I'm usually embarrassed to be an American because you look around and the
Yeah.
American travelers and we're not good.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually had some fairly close friends who were concerned enough that they drafted this hugely long email imploring me
Wow.
not to go.
Yeah.
And begging and pleading that and saying that they just love me too much and they don't want to lose me. And I'm like, guys, it's really I've traveled a lot, and at the end of the day, people are people, and when you're in front of people and you're talking, like it's really rarely an issue.
Yeah.
on the one hand, it's really great that you have people who care that much about you. On the other hand, I think this is a perfect example of what Moyne is trying to change, the perception.
Yes.
I mean, and I have the travel advisory here in front of me. It's scary. But I also found they have the same travel advisory currently for Mexico and the Philippines.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the travel advisories for the U.S.?
Oh, right. I didn't know.
Some of those are actually terrifying.
bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From certain regions, their travel advisories for coming to the U.S. and they're, it's you read some of those and you're like, wow, that's not even close.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And just so y'all know, I've signed up for the first trip next year. So
Oh,
I'm
no kidding.
going through what you guys are going through this time,
Nice.
where my parents are like, well, we'll pay for the kidnapping insurance, but we won't pay their ransom. And I'm getting people like, you're crazy. Why would you do this?
My wife just made sure I had lots of life insurance and she was good.
That's exactly what my parents are doing. And I've already told them who gets what
you
bikes.
should wheel me come on your bikes. Yeah, I was about to say.
Doug's in charge of that.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'll have to talk to Doug.
Yes. If you're lucky, you might get a toaster or two.
Oh, I can do toaster.
So, all right. So you committed to doing this, but there had been trips before you, so you felt pretty secure.
Well, there was
Doing
only
that?
one trip before we committed, right? Because it was the previous year's trip. By the time we committed, the first trip from 2014 hadn't happened yet.
Who I brought.
Hey,
Oh, Bosley's here.
This is the pug.
So you guys get the pug. He sits between you.
Oh, right.
And when he starts to snore, you have to poke him. So the time comes, you're going on the trip. What are you riding and what cities are you going to?
We started out in Islamabad. That's where we picked up the bikes.
We have a lot of listeners there, actually.
Really?
It's like our
Thanks
what,
to
like our number
Moyne.
10 city or something?
Yes, it is.
The Ravi Piaggio Storm 2.
Storm 2.
Storm 2.
Storm 2.
You sorted it out with the second one, I guess.
They apparently fixed all the issues with the Storm 1, only not really. So, for those who don't know, which is everyone pretty much, including me until this trip, a Ravi Piaggio, that means it's a Piaggio 125 motor in a Ravi frame and Ravi components. And Ravi is a Pakistani brand, presumably not known for their build quality, based on experience from this trip.
Did you see a lot of others of them? Is this what you'd see 5 people riding by on?
We did see quite a few other very similar bikes, and we saw some of the Storm 1s.
I'm sure they were on the
Looked
one.
just like a Storm 2.
So you guys got the little people experience where like everybody you were
Oh, yeah,
regular folks
right.
riding
Yeah.
around
Right,
motorcycles.
No, I mean, we did meet some folks on bigger bikes from other countries passing through and whatever. But honestly, I think really part of the magic of the experience of this trip was
Is riding on a
was
shitty bike.
being on a-
Nice.
yeah.
That's what we got too. That's what we
And,
got too.
Drink?
You know, I don't think we could have made it on this trip if we didn't have the lead factory mechanic from the Ravi factory on the tour with us.
Shout
you
out to
did.
Mechanica.
Because I heard about
Mechanica.
the previous trip was basically fraught with breakdowns and
Yes.
disappointment. And
See, there was no disappointment, but we did have, well,
I heard it ended with abandoned scooters in a hotel. So
Ours ended with, and this was on the Deosai Plains.
Oh, boy.
Ours ended with a motorcycle on top of the support truck,
Oh, man.
strapped to the rack on top of the
boy.
support truck.
whoops.
Mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
Burned out clutch.
So let me read real quick. Part of the reason we're doing this too is Moyne, because he announced the tours for next year, but people are signing up from now so that people understand what is included in this. So I know it's gone up this year because he's trying to buy some Hondas. So he's now charging $12.50 a week. And I know this is just covering, this is not like a tour company making a lot of money.
Right.
This is Moyne saying, "Come see my
He's
country.
doing
it's
it
beautiful."
for the love, right?
He's not
That's
making.
it,
He's
yeah.
not making money on this
No.
He's
at
just
all.
So
he's just trying not to be in the hole.
Right.
$12.50 a week covers food, meals, motorcycle rental, fuel for the entire journey, motorcycle maintenance during the journey, including oil changes, filters, fluids, plugs, support vehicle, so you won't have to carry your luggage on the bike, hotels, camping equipment, all toll and ferry charges, 2 helpers who will help you with everything from riding your motorcycle when you're tired to giving you a massage on top of the Himalayas.
Holy shit! That's $12.50.
Did you guys
That's
get
awesome.
the massage?
I spent like 3 times that much.
We
on
did not
fucking
take
food.
advantage of the massage.
Oh my
services.
god!
Not included is airfare, which can range from $1,500 to $2,000. Visa fees about $120 for American citizen.
Yep.
Insurance costs, bottled water, and he says you'll have to pay for the parts if you crash your bike. The bike is about $1,200 brand new, so if you throw it off a mountain or total it, that's the extent of your liability.
Yep.
Any other personal expenses you choose to incur, shopping, beer, wine, hookers, etc. It's all
Aaron,
you.
tell us about the hookers.
Does my wife listen to this?
So he's covering everything, and
Pretty much everything.
you had security. Was there security also?
Ish. I mean, it wasn't necessary. We never. I mean, I know that there was an aspect of security on our trip, but it was never remotely close to being required.
Yeah.
So did
There
you
were
have, like Blackwater
checkpoints.
dudes following you in a Humvee or something? Like what was what was
There was
security?
actually, there was one section where we actually had an escort, a security
Right.
escort with the police.
The government, they deemed it a dangerous place, and so they sent someone from the police checkpoint, with our group, and we had to stick with this guy who was an incredibly slow rider. It was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And we had to stick with this guy all the way to the next sort of town, and because they were worried about our well-being. So that was the interesting thing, and this is kind of a recurring theme, is that they didn't want us going to a lot of places because of the headache that would ensue if something happened to an American in their country or in their area.
So they were like concerned about liability.
It was really, they weren't so much concerned about us, I don't think.
It was a political incident they wanted to avoid.
Right. It's like they don't want us to get hurt in their country and
Because then, like, the American embassy would
Because
be
they
up
don't
their
need
ass.
more bad press.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't want that.
Because the American press would freak out.
What was the most grueling stretch of road did you guys ride? I mean, I'd imagine it might be the same or different for both of you, or I don't know. What's the story with that?
Depends on what you mean by grueling. Honestly,
Well,
every bit of it we rode was amazing. For me, the first stretch was the most grueling, but that's because it was like a
Worst fucking
What's
stretch.
going on?
this was like a 20 some odd hour
man.
flight, right? So
Yeah.
I get in at like 4 a.m. into Islamabad. I'm picked up by Moeen's brother. Hey Mohi, if you're listening. Mohi's awesome. So Mohi picks me up. We go back to his grandparents' house.
Yeah.
I basically have time to shuffle around stuff from bag to bag, change into my riding gear, and we're off at dawn.
Holy shit, you're hitting the ground running.
Right.
Like,
So
all
I'm
jet
like,
lagged
and I didn't
shitty.
really sleep on the plane because I was super excited, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll get there and I'll be able to sleep or whatever. And I think we have a day or something. No, nothing. So we zip up to Moeen's parents' sort of summer house, which is where the rest of the gang were hanging out waiting. Mm-hmm. So we get there, have a quick breakfast, and like, okay, time to go.
Wow.
And so we're riding, and the worst part of this is right in the middle of Eid,
Oh, right.
It was on,
which is a big deal. So Ramazan or Ramadan, depending on where you
Everybody's
are, right?
fasting and you're hungry.
So
and
no,
shit.
but the thing is, it's a big tourist thing, right? And so where we were going up in the north of Pakistan was very touristy, and so everyone and the grandmother was in a car on the way up the same way we were going, and traffic was a nightmare.
You can't even
And
imagine.
I thought like
You
you
got
got that
that-
free license to just ride like a total a-hole.
Oh, you
Yes.
can, but guess
Every
what?
person for
Everyone's
themselves.
driving like a total a-hole,
Yeah.
and so there's really like it's challenging, and we're trying to kind of stick together, and by the time we stopped for kind of an early dinner, late lunch kind of thing, I guess it was more of a late lunch. I was done, man. I was over it. It was hot. I hadn't slept in like 2 days.
Yeah.
What month were you all there?
August.
Late August.
And you had the same experience too, Jeanette, hitting the ground running, coming.
No,
really
I
down?
had landed in Lahore, and we had the few days in Lahore to sleep and just chill out and wander around the city. So, but we were
That was 2 days, you
escorted
said,
around
or-
the city about 3 days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we headed to Islamabad,
Okay.
and that's when we started.
Yeah.
We picked up the bikes and headed up to Marie, which is where that vacation house is.
Marie's gorgeous, by the
it's
way.
Yeah.
Beautiful, but we did, like Aaron said, we left the day after Eid, which is a huge deal there.
Yeah.
And everybody was on the road, and it is really unbelievable to experience traffic there.
Yeah.
Once you've just been here.
Yeah, and if you think about it, that's like traffic in the rest of the world.
They do actually say in the travel advisory that it's much worse in India.
Yeah. Wow.
Worse than India.
Traffic.
No, it's worse in India, not
in
worse than.
India. Okay.
Oh, I thought you said worse than India.
And so
I'm like,
what was-
wow, that's some serious shit.
So what was the craziest moment you had, like from point to point? Like, what was the most grueling route, or what was the moment you said, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
I
doing
think
this?
that
Like-
had to be the hardest day altogether because it was still hot. We were still not up in the mountains where
Yeah.
it cooled
Unless
off.
you're Sam in
It
the
was-
Deoside Plains,
Yeah.
And they,
and you crash every 10 feet.
but you're behind. For a moment you're okay, and then you hit the next town, which is a huge traffic jam, and you just have to try to get through any gap you possibly can because everybody else behind you is too.
Right.
So to get anywhere, you just have to be super aggressive,
Yeah.
paying attention to everything at all times, and then you have this diesel smoke in your face
Yeah, diesel's
the
everywhere.
entire day. So that was just it, and it was hours and hours and hours, and
Yeah.
the after a while, by the time I would get to the next town and see the traffic jam, I just wanted to stop and start crying, curl into a ball.
And it was just
was
that
tough.
first day, really. That was
Yeah.
the only bad day.
Yeah.
Then it was clear, right?
After that, it was great, but I didn't really sleep until like the second night of the trip because
Yeah.
that first night I ended up taking the last stint. I had somebody ride the bike because I was just gonna pass out,
Yeah.
and so being in the car, it's even slower going. And we didn't make it in to where we were staying that night until after midnight. And there were no, we were basically staying in a tent city that had sprung up outside of Naran,
That's pretty
which is
crazy.
like a big tourist town. And
There's a little hoot
all of the padded spots were taken when I got there, and there were no blankets available. And I was, I got my gear back, but it was still like wet and sweaty and cold.
Yeah.
And it was very cold that night because you're getting up in the mountains, and I didn't really sleep that night, so it was really like not until the next night that I slept. And
Yeah.
that was amazing to find.
It's hardcore, dude.
Any mechanical breakdowns that?
No, none at all.
So okay, like what did you do to combat the mechanical breakdowns? or
Brought a
whatever?
mechanic.
Yeah.
The
That's handy. That's handy.
Now the interesting thing about these bikes is they're not well made.
Yeah.
And one of the sort of biggest Achilles heels on this bike is the rear brake assembly, So the rear brake lever is made out of a metal that resembles flexible balsa wood.
Man.
And it's kind of like, it's basically like a copper wire essentially with a brake pedal at the end of it. And it's slung underneath the bike. And there's not that much ground clearance, especially when you're not small like I am.
Yeah.
And every time
You're bottoming that shit out.
Yeah,
I'd go over a little rock and think, oh, I got plenty of clearance. Oh God! And then the brake lever is like bent underneath the bike, and you have to stop and bend it back, and you can only bend it back so many times before it just breaks off.
Right.
And then
Well, you don't really need rear brakes, right?
oh, you do on that bike.
Yeah.
Because the front
You've
brake
gotta
doesn't do
use the
shit.
brake.
Right?
Yeah. Well, not only
But
that,
just
but
plenty, it makes you crash.
some of these roads. The thing is with these roads is the paved roads. Even there were some really good paved roads, and there were some paved roads where it felt like you were riding on a bar of soap.
Yeah.
It was that slippery. And
Was that just the quality of the road, or was there like actual oil in the road?
I think it was just that it was the road. Here the asphalt is replaced now and then or whatever. I think this stuff was just sort of so old. It was basically like those concrete parking garages that are super slick.
Yeah,
It basically had that texture to it.
So the asphalt was so old it literally was just beaten down into a smooth
It was
surface.
like super smooth and a little bit oily because of course there are all these there's no there are a lot of crappy vehicles that leak all kinds of fluids on the road, so there's coolant
nobody
and
checking
oil
for that
and
shit, yeah.
Did anybody
and,
crash on that ride? Yeah?
Oh,
I did.
Did you hurt yourself? Or
I did not.
What happened?
I was wearing really good armor,
Right.
which was also really hot. But I was actually riding pretty slowly and
Yeah.
pretty carefully, and I just went around a downhill hairpin that had a little trickle of water running across it. And my rear tire just slipped out, and I was.
Did you target fixate on
down.
the water streak? Or?
No,
wow.
it just happened like that. It was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And for those who haven't ridden with Jeanette, which is most people listening, she is an incredibly good rider.
Yeah, I've ridden with her.
And
I got footage and shit.
You
and her
guys.
slow is like a lot of people's fast. So
Yeah. Wow.
And so, what kind of terrains you're on? Streets? You're on dirt?
oh yeah.
It's asphalt, air quotes, but there's some asphalt there, but it turns into big chunks of dirt here and
Yeah.
there, and there's just potholes everywhere, potholes in the dirt, terrible dirt roads, terrible asphalt roads. Water crossings everywhere.
All of which are amazing. Every single road was fun.
I bet. I mean, it was.
It sounds challenging.
Which means that
It's
Well,
it is challenging, and I think a lot of it is because of the
Right.
bikes. There's not really any suspension to speak of.
Right. And we spoke. So the tires on the bike even are made in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they're not quite like Pirelli quality tires. That's
You
the thing.
don't say.
Made of old sandals.
But Jeanette and I talked about this.
Made of goat hides.
No, we talked about it a number of times. How this trip I don't think would have been nearly as fun on a more capable bike. I think it
Yeah.
would have been boring.
That's something
Well, I
I'm
don't know
kind of.
about boring.
Well, there would have been parts that would have been less interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what's challenging about it.
There would have been
Like,
less of a challenge.
The thought in the back of your mind that, like, holy shit, I might actually not even make it through.
Right. And the
You
thing
know?
is like the scenery is magical enough to where it would have still been an amazing trip. But it like the added level of challenge because the bikes were so bad was actually kind of neat for me. I enjoyed it.
To me, that lends to it's an experience because this is what they're
Yeah.
riding.
It really wasn't
Exactly.
like it'd be less of an adventure, I think, on like a 990
An adventure bike.
Yeah.
It'd be like
So what's,
easy mode, dude, you know?
What was your mind blower moment? That one moment where you stopped and or if you were riding and you went, "Holy shit, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This is happening." It's right now. My mind is being blown.
There were so many.
Yeah, well, I
honestly.
know. Yeah, I'd imagine.
the
But
Pasu cones.
that one.
I was actually in the truck when
Yeah.
that happened. I rode in the truck a couple days. I of course got a cold when I got there, so I just sat out a couple days and yeah, the Pasu cones coming. You've probably seen some photos.
What
of
was this? The Pasu what?
Pasu cones.
Okay. What are they?
They are this just
Pretend like we've never been there.
Yeah.
So you come around a corner and you see this huge alluvial valley. Just this.
Oh wow.
Right. So it's these huge mountains, and it's in between. It's just alluvial as fuck,
Alluvial as
It's a
fuck.
good word.
which was coined on that trip. Alluvial as
Is,
fuck.
Yes,
is this
because
like
it's
like
everywhere.
pinnacles, kind of? What?
That's a good description of the actual cones.
Right.
So
Okay.
they're also, I think the nickname is the cathedral. So they're just very
Like pipe organ kind of cones.
yeah
coming
dramatic.
Wow.
chiseled looking.
Mm,
And we slept
mountains.
across the street from these
Yeah.
things, basically. It was incredible.
So you
That's
just
awesome.
wake up. Yeah.
What about you, Aaron? What was that? What was the spot for you?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
The other one was, we got to see Nanga Parbat, which is one of the highest peaks in the world. Where any mountain climber knows about this mountain. And we got to see it from two different angles. And the second time we saw it, we were around on the backside, and it was a super moon.
Oh, right.
The sky was clear, and the snow-covered peak. It was one of the most
glowing.
incredible things I've ever seen in my life, and this is sort of a recurring theme too throughout the trip. Is it's the sheer size of these mountains you're surrounded by is just so humbling. Like, you're at 12,000 feet, and there's stuff surrounding you that's just towering over you and just going up into the clouds and disappearing, and it's just.
So you mean they're little peaks that are like over like 20-something thousand feet?
Oh yes, quite a few.
Wow.
Yeah,
Insane.
They're so tall.
some of which have never been climbed
No way.
successfully.
Wow.
So you mean people have actually died trying to climb
People
that
have
shit?
attempted most of them. There's one I don't think people have even tried. Butterfinger,
Ladyfinger?
Ladyfinger.
Butterfinger. It's like, oh yeah, that's such a fucking deadly mountain.
They tried it. It keeps slipping off. I'm fat. Leave me alone. Ladyfinger was just like, I don't think anybody's even tried that thing because it's basically just a sheer rock sticking up. It looks like a finger just sticking up into the sky. It's
Cool, man.
Or a candy bar.
or a candy bar.
I keep hearing the food's amazing. I heard you guys got some good food.
Yeah,
or-
well,
It was great.
yeah.
So anybody thinking about going on these trips too, the food, what I didn't know ahead of time is most of the food that we were going to eat on the trip, a lot of it was canned food, but it was prepared by Moeen's parents, Moeen's mother mostly, and then taken to a local cannery and canned.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So she made all these
homemade
amazing
canned
foods and had them canned for the trip. And so it gets a little repetitious after a while, but the food it's so good. And then
What was your favorite?
oh man, what was that place?
I
we
don't even
stopped?
know the names
On
of
the
the
way
things.
back, we stopped at this one place and they had this barbecue chicken that was
Yeah.
just ridiculous, and it was pretty spicy. And I love spicy food, but I was sweating and just eating it. It was great.
So I wanted
the faint of
to
heart.
throw out some interesting facts about Pakistan. Again, Moyne's point is all we get here in the U.S. is just the bad press about what's going on there. And, I mean, I'm not going to say bad shit ain't happening there. And I'm not going to say that I think everyone should go on vacation there. I mean, it's not for everyone, but some things that people don't know, that two of the highest mountain ranges in the world are there, and that the largest deep sea port in the world is in Pakistan, the highest paved international road,
Yep.
the second
Reload
largest
that, by the way.
salt mine in the world, and one of the largest deserts in the world. The highest polo ground in the world is there. So we're talking deserts and mountains and
Yes.
and ports.
3 of
And then-
those things you'll get to see on the
Mountains,
tour.
oh my.
Yeah, and then the one that I think is really cool, more than 50% of world's footballs are made in Pakistan.
Really?
Did not
I
know
know
that.
baseballs are made there too, right?
And by
I don't know
footballs,
about
they mean soccer balls.
Yes.
Right,
Right.
actual football.
Probably.
Yeah, football where you use your feet.
World
that
football,
football.
yes.
Yeah.
So, did you see any other travelers?
Oh yes.
Yes.
A lot of other travelers.
Not American.
Didn't see any other Americans.
Travelers from where? And did you see anyone else traveling by motorcycle?
Oh, a few. So
The
They
Austrians.
were all from Western Europe, weren't they?
no, so there were. First we met when we were in Hunza. We met an Italian couple who Moeen already knew.
Agatha and Thomas.
Oh yes, Agatha and Thomas are amazing, and so they've been basically living on their motorcycle for like what, 2 years, 3 years.
5.
Oh, so they were doing a world tour, doing
Well,
motorcycle
not
things
really.
then,
They're not like trying to cover all this ground. What they're doing is they just sort of they go places that sound interesting, and they just live there for a while and pick up jobs and do some work, and then when they're over it, they just go somewhere else.
No
What kind of bike
gypsy
do they
style.
ride?
That's pretty cool.
So it was was it a Transalp? What was it? It was
Transalp.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So big bike. Really neat folks. And then when we were in Pasu, we met an Austrian fellow and his wife, who were on their way from Austria to the southern tip of India, and they were just passing through. Also, really neat folks. So he was loaned the bike from the KTM factory, loaned it to him for the trip.
Wow.
And it was like a fully decked out 1190 adventure, just amazing.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How do you get them to loan him a bike?
He's a journalist,
Wow.
a motor journalist, and
So he's like, yo, I'm going to go ride all the way to freaking India. Give me
Yeah.
a bike, please.
they did.
Name's
Wow.
KTM.
I'm in the wrong line of work, dude.
You know, I can write.
Yeah.
Primarily, all the other travelers that we met were Pakistani.
Yes.
And touring the northern areas as well on,
Right.
on
So
motorcycles.
yeah, a lot of Moeen's friends joined us for the first half or so of the trip, and a lot of them were from Lahore and had never been up to the north part of the country, which
Yeah.
is certainly the most scenic part of the country. So it was actually really neat. I think our trip was neat because it was not, the first half of it at least was not really American centric. It was really, Moeen spent a lot of time with his friends, and it was kind of fun just to hang out with him and his friends and experience this stuff with sort of semi-locals who were tourists checking it out, and it was really
Cool.
neat.
So Moyne seems pretty connected. How does he know so many people and get these groups into places that other people can't get? What's his trick?
Connections mostly. So his father is fairly well connected
Okay.
within the government, and as is his uncle, and he has a number of friends and his father's friends, and there were a number of times where we get to a checkpoint and they said, well, you guys can't go there, can't have Americans in there. And he'd make some phone calls or he'd disappear for a little bit, and he'd come back and they go, yeah, go ahead.
Nice. These are my peoples.
What a
man.
badass.
It was pretty cool.
So if you're on
Part
the
of my
fence,
entourage.
if you're on the fence about going on this tour, do it, because you literally would not be able to go to Pakistan and do this same tour without
Right.
him
Yeah.
or someone.
That's why I'm going. This seems
Yeah.
chance of a lifetime.
It
Exactly.
really is.
exclusive, yeah.
Can't
And
pass
he
it
said
up.
he's going to be traveling in 2016. So this is it.
Could
He's
be
got
the last time he does it. Who knows?
By the way, 2016, he'll be rolling through here.
Nice.
Well, actually, this is a good chance to mention that he's going to be here in January
Yes.
That's right.
for
Sharing.
the screening. So the tour that Jim and Daniel and Rebecca were on, they filmed. Did they do any filming on yours or just theirs?
No.
And they
We had a
have,
photographer.
There's a
His-
reason for that, but we're not going to get into that right now.
and they made a documentary,
Right.
which is, let's see, it's coming here January 11th. It's going to be playing out here south of San Francisco, and it's traveling. It's what is it called? Is it called Barfistan? I'm not sure what
Barfistan.
it is. They're going to have screenings on the 29th in Pasadena and on the 31st in Long Beach, Las Vegas. And then it is going to be traveling to Long Beach, Seattle, Tampa, Chicago, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, and a few more.
Right, and folks, if you're at all interested in motorcycle travel or Pakistan or any of that stuff, check this out. The scenery will blow you away.
Yeah, I mean, like the closest thing, I guess, what I could relate to in terms of getting your mind blown was going to the Grand Canyon the second time and remembering how crazy big that fucking thing is. So you get a sense of scale of how small you are, or the universe is, or your world is compared to how big everything else is, and you get your senses recalibrated.
Yeah.
Or
It's
whatnot.
humbling. It's very humbling.
Dude, Grand Canyon's weird. Like the first time I went there, it's so big. The other side of the canyon looks like two-dimensional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's so much space
start
in between
losing-
you and the
yeah.
other side. It almost looks painted.
You start losing depth perception after
Yeah,
a certain depth.
it's
Yeah,
so
crazy.
big.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I just wanted to mention the name of the documentary. It's called Pakistan: The Untold Tale.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pakistan: The Untold Tale.
So
This November.
we're going to continue talking, but I wanted to take a
world.
second to let people know how to get more information about what we're talking about. So on Facebook, you can look up Moin Khan, that's MOINKHAN, or A Different Agenda on Facebook. And that's where he's posting what's going on. And you can email him if you're interested in any of these trips, or if you want to find out where the screenings are. Anyone can go. You just have to contact him. And what I thought was funny is he posted, I'm having these trips, and I was looking all over for a place to sign up. It's like, no, you just
Right.
email
It's
him.
very casual, right?
Yeah.
Just email, hey, I want to go. And he's like, okay. I'm like,
And if you
all
look at
right.
his videos section on there, you can see all of his other adventures too.
Yeah.
He loves taking
So-
videos
He
and
does.
posting them.
Oh, and if anybody wants to see a video of Moeen flipping ass over tea kettle trying to avoid a truck coming the other way on a dirt road. Let me know. I've got the video.
So, what? My question was. What was my? I lost it.
But it was a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
So how did the trip change you as a person? And then it's kind of hippy dippy, kind of like check your chakra at the door kind of thing. But like, yeah,
check your chakra, bruh.
Check chakra, bruh. How did it change you as a person, and how did it change your view of the world, or Pakistan, or motorcycling in general? Or
I think for me, it makes other things seem less risky.
Yeah.
Because I can just put it in perspective.
Raise the bar.
You know what? I fucking rode a motorcycle in Pakistan. This is nothing. Just that sort of thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it changed me so much as I've done a lot of travel and a lot of it on motorcycles, but for me, it reaffirmed my firm belief that really face-to-face, no matter what kind of government issues are going on or religious issues are going on, like, people are just people, and people are cool when they're face-to-face. And
yeah.
I mean, the hospitality there was actually one of the most mind-blowing things of the whole thing.
Yeah, it was incredible.
The hospitality was just incredibly insane. People would feed us and give us, chai and all this stuff.
Give us shelter.
And shelter. And, like, these are people that don't really have things to spare. And they're going out of the way to make sure we're comfortable. And it's just...
That's great.
It was amazing.
So everyone was incredibly polite.
Very polite.
Did you experience any anti-Americanism?
Yes.
There was this one day where we traveled into a small village, feels like going back in time, and spray painted on the walls of some buildings as you go into the village, it said, "Down with the USA." Mm-hmm. And as we drive in, I'm getting more and more tense and nervous.
So that could have been the equivalent of like a spray painting on a freeway overpass that we all completely ignore.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And it really was just one small sort of, splinter group of extremist weirdos who did that stuff. But this village was sort of known in the area as sort of being kind of the backwards redneck village.
Right.
Their version of redneck, right? So
everyone was like, fuck those guys, like, who cares what they think,
basically it. And but what was interesting is I was actually a little bit nervous going into there too, and I don't typically get apprehensive around people like that, but I was just kind of a little on edge. And we had this fellow with us, Jimmy Kahn, who's an amazing singer and entertainer, and
look up Jimmy Kahn and the Big Ears.
Yeah, look him up. And
awesome.
This guy's just an amazing dude, and he just started singing, started playing some music.
Right.
And pretty soon we had like half the town out there hanging out, and we're dancing and playing music and singing and just chilling, and it was so cool. Like,
right,
it was just really, really neat.
So, and did you experience any other sketchy, or, I mean, the perception that we are given over here, did you find anything to back that up over there? Like, you go to Mexico and it's the federales you got to look out for, the people are all sweet. So besides like the one border crossing, nothing else? I mean, is this completely...
There was one other time where I felt like it was sketchy, but it actually wasn't. And it was because the sun had gone down, it was dark, and this is the area where we actually ended up having a police escort. Mm-hmm. So we go into this collection of abandoned looking buildings, and this guy shows up and says we can't cross the gate, we have to go to this really dark area behind some abandoned looking buildings in the dark.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, where are they taking
This is it.
us?
This is it. Yeah.
And,
Punching your ticket.
and then he leads us into a building and they serve us chai, and
Well,
there are these...
They didn't serve us chai initially. Moeen was like, if you're going to hold us here, you're giving us some chai. And they're like, we don't have any chai. He's like, well, go get some chai. And
Baller.
like 20 minutes later, we were drinking chai.
Nice.
Damn.
Chilling.
He's a shot caller, a big baller.
Oh, seriously, that guy's kid's got some stones, man. Because like all these armed guards and whatever, all these military guys, and he's like, dude, bring us some chai. We don't have chai. Bring us some chai, and like,
Go get
sure
some.
enough, man. There was chai.
Get some chai.
So overall, a very positive experience, despite of just the weird moments that you guys had.
Yeah, there were moments where it comes from going to a country where you don't know the language, and so you have this sense of being a little isolated because you don't really know what's going on. And plus, we're on motorcycles, we're in helmets. It's not like he can just tell us all the time.
Right.
So
I'm kind of used to not knowing what's going on. So
you're just following along and hoping everything's going to be okay. And it always was, but there is that sense of just what's happening right now because you can't understand.
That's part of the experience there, right? You just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
That's part of the fun, honestly.
But there really was nothing that you would expect you have to worry about. What you do have to worry about is not getting hit by a bus that's coming the other direction, and traffic. That's really what you have to be aware of.
Only in the cities as you get back down there.
And your bike falling apart.
And your bike falling apart from under you. Yes.
Any roadside repairs that you?
So many.
Yeah.
Any creative ones?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good Aaron had zip ties.
I did carry a lot of zip ties with me.
You brought your own zip ties?
Oh, yeah. Zip ties, duct tape, and
baling wire.
Safety wire.
Nice, nice.
And I did go through a lot of zip ties on that trip.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, well, that broke off. Let's just zip tie that to the bike until we can deal with it properly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, having the support vehicle with the mechanic who had like boxes of parts, it's like he knew that everything was going to break.
It's almost as if he had known that whatever you're riding was super shitty.
Well,
they planned in advance.
The handlebars. I mean, the handlebars on these bikes. I remember I came off this. Wasn't probably supposed to be a jump, but it ended up being a jump. And I land, and it kind of threw me forward, and I put a little pressure on the bars, and they go.
So they were actually bicycle handlebars.
And then I was like,
bro, dude, even bicycle handlebars are made out of steel. That shit's made out of like fucking melted down pots.
Oh yeah, no, I felt like I had clip-ons on for a little while, and then, but as soon as I stopped, I just basically bent each one back up.
You get two chances.
Well, I have a question regarding repairs. Did it seem like most of the people in Pakistan did their own repairs?
No, actually.
Really? So
there were little like auto shops all over the place. I don't think a lot of people work on their own vehicles there. Yeah. What's interesting there is there are so many motorcycles largely because they're super cheap.
Right.
Whereas cars, if you buy, because they don't make cars in Pakistan really, and if you import a vehicle, if you import a car, it costs you a ton of money. So like the equivalent of like a Ford Fiesta, a cheap crappy car, would cost you the equivalent of like $30,000 US over there.
Yeah.
Whoa, holy shit!
Because of all the import taxes and all that stuff. Whereas a motorcycle costs you like $900.
And there's like nobody who can work on the car either because there's no market.
Because there is a market.
Really?
There are enough people that have some money, and there are certain types of cars you'll see over and over again.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to be a baller to own a car, and there are a few companies, big manufacturers that have manufacturing facilities in Pakistan, so you can get those cars much cheaper.
Yeah.
And those are typically the cars you'll see. But yeah, if somebody's got like a Land Rover there, they are a baller because that thing's like $100,000 over there.
Yeah, because I mean, Rebecca was talking about that there was this stratification of the kind of vehicle you drive. If you're on a bike, you're kind of like small people.
You're a scumbag.
You're common people. And if you have a car, whoa,
yep.
You know.
And then if you have an imported car, so basically there's like motorcyclists, there's car, and then there's imported car. And like if you're an imported car, if you're driving like a Honda over there, you're a baller.
Yeah.
And
it's the only place in the world where driving like a 2004 Honda Civic with peeling paint means you're like a fucking badass.
Well, so the interesting thing is you don't see vehicles with peeling paint like cars because they're so expensive and because it's such a big deal to get a car over there. They maintain them well and they decorate them. It's so interesting. Every car is so personalized over there. It's not just a vehicle. It's like it is a thing. It is like a rolling piece of art.
So they're all Pimmobiles.
It's extension of their personality.
Spinners.
There are so many of them that are just like pimped out.
Let me ask you. So, what temperature differences did you have, and did your gear change? Did you have to take a lot of different gear for it? Because they had one from snow to like hot weather.
Yeah, it was broad.
We didn't have snow. We didn't have huge temperature extremes except for in the lower areas, which was really fucking hot. So you need to have... I didn't feel comfortable riding without my armor, so I had a dirt bike jersey that I wore over the armor.
Okay, good.
But up in the mountains, it was still warm at that time of year, but it would get chilly at night. So we didn't have there was no snow. We didn't have much rain, just a little bit right in the beginning.
It really wasn't bad.
The time you guys went in the season, I guess, was favorable.
Unless you were to stay in the lowland areas,
Right.
then it would just be miserable. Miserably hot.
So what's next for you?
Yeah.
You've done this amazing trip. Has it like stirred the pot? Are you?
I'm
got
going
your
to
eyes-
Nicaragua in December.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has changed you?
I think I'm maybe a little bit quicker to say, yeah, fuck it, I'll do
Right.
it.
Okay.
My kind of.
So it's changed me in that sense. And
Are you going to be biking there?
yeah, dirt bikes.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you ride
But
dirt?
we'll be riding actual dirt bikes, so I expect
Yeah.
it'll be a little more comfortable.
They're not going to be Ravi Piaggio dirt bikes. I'll tell you that.
So you going with a tour group? Is that what it is?
Yes,
Or-
it's a
Nice.
tour group. It's an
Cool.
actual tour company, so I think it'll be
Cool.
It'll be an adventure, but not a Pakistan adventure.
Right.
And Aaron, how about you? What's next?
You know, I'm old and married, and like I've done a lot of really interesting trips in my life, and I'm glad I got to go on this. I don't have anything major planned. I'm doing Baja in January.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Baja's really not a big deal. It's it's just right here.
So right down the road.
Yeah.
But and that's just going to be a 1 week trip because a lot of us don't have all that much time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you had to finagle a little bit of time to go to Pakistan with your boss and all that business, right? I mean,
Me?
Yeah. No. It was, yeah.
Oh well, so interesting story about that. The timing of the trip. I mean, I told my boss back in like February that I was going to go, and it was cool and everything. So it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I ended up actually changing jobs sort of right in the middle of all this stuff. So I called my boss from the airport because I had just gotten my offer letter for my new job, and I was like, "Hey, dude." So I'm flying to Pakistan today, but just want to let you know before I left that I've accepted another offer.
Oh man.
But I
Judas.
and then he's like, "So what? Your 2 weeks is where you're on vacation?" I'm like, "No, man. I'm not starting until like October, so it's cool." So
Yeah.
I didn't like leave him high and dry or anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was a weird conversation. And the reason I chose to make a phone call is because my boss is on the East Coast. Was on the East Coast
Oh,
anyway, so
right.
either way, it would have been a phone call.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah.
so. Let me take a moment to talk about the upcoming trips. If anyone wants to sign up for him, so he's doing 4 tours. 2 of them are for 2 weeks, and 2 of them are for 3 weeks. And the first one is going to be May 29th to June 11th. And so from what I understand, like if you're going on the 2-week tour, you're probably going to be taking 3 weeks off from work because you got to travel and get there. Yeah.
Right.
2.5 minimum.
The tour.
Man, you guys get that much vacation time? That's crazy.
You guys get the.
Oh no, I'm taking I'm taking extra time off.
Yeah. Did you guys take a couple of days to decompress after the ride or after the trip? Oh,
Before
sorry.
you start asking questions,
Ah,
let me finish
jeez,
the
yeah,
line.
we passed
Thanks.
that part. Sorry.
So, okay, so tour 1, May
We're very
29th
professional here.
to June
You can
11th. Tour 2 is July 24th to August 13th. Tour 3 is September 4th to September 17th. And Tour 4 is September 25th to 15th of October. And the places that they will be visiting is Chitral Valley. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Chitral.
Chitral Valley.
That's going to be a little warm, by the way.
Hunza Valley. Atabad Lake.
Nice.
Pasu.
Pasu. Alluvial.
Skardu Valley. And one of them, he said maybe we can add Kashmir.
Skardu was neat too.
Yeah, if you can ride the road that goes from Hunza to Skardu,
Oh,
yeah, do that.
that was my favorite road
That's
by
a
far.
fantastic road.
Yeah.
Is Kashmir still like a politically contested region?
Yes.
Yes, it's a little sketch
Still.
down there, but that's I think why he wants to take people there. And we didn't have the luxury on
I
our
know,
trip,
I'd
but
love to.
I would love to get down there for sure.
They're
I know
still
it-
fighting over Kashmir.
Yeah, well,
Oh, so back to the
I
question.
mean, there's
It's so soft
Pakistan
and comfortable.
administered Kashmir and India administered
They both.
Kashmir.
I know they both claim Kashmir as their own region. It's kind of like the Crimea of that region.
I have some at home. I love it.
Go back to that question. Did you guys take a couple of days off after the trip to just decompress? And how long did it take you to actually just kind of like, holy shit, let this thing sink in for a little bit? Or was that one of those?
I did have a couple of days. I felt ready to come home.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that experience of coming back and feeling kind of depressed. I was home.
Right,
So
right.
I was glad to be back home.
It's a good amount of time on the ride.
it was a perfect amount of time.
Yeah, man, I think we had enough time to sort of process everything most evenings or in the morning, because Maureen's not what one would refer to as a morning person.
Yeah.
So most mornings, I at least had time. I would get up and I would do some journaling, keep track of what happened the day before, and then, just kind of hang out and think about things and process things. So really, didn't really need decompression when I got back. I was just kind of ready to roll, and
Cool.
yeah, it was great. I mean, the time. I think a 2 or 3 week trip is about perfect. I wouldn't want to go shorter than that, and I wouldn't want to go too much longer because you get kind of a little homesick and want to get home.
Yeah. Right on.
I'm used to 4-day trips, so this is
And she does
way
glamping
outside,
anyways. So.
way outside my comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Glamping.
Well, so thank you guys for coming out here. And I know you guys live in San Francisco and Half Moon Bay, right?
Yep.
Okay, and it's a little bit of time for you guys to come out here and do this, and so we really appreciate it.
We do,
Yeah.
and we're wanting to help spread Moyne's word because we think it's really cool what he's doing. And
Yeah.
Well, and that's why we're here, is because we, at least for me, I think more people should experience Pakistan and really see how beautiful the country is and how nice the people are. And I think, if you stop taking everything our press gives you and just actually experience things for yourselves, and that's not just Pakistan but everywhere,
Yeah.
I think you'll be better off for it.
Yeah, that's your final word for it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jeanette?
I think, too, if anybody is wondering about going on this trip, go to the documentary. There will be a bunch of us who went on the tour, so if you have specific questions about it, about anything on the trip, come up to us and ask us, and I think any of us would be happy to encourage you and answer any questions that you may have.
And for those who go to the documentary in other cities, I would invite you to check out the website for this podcast. I'll be happy to provide my email address and everything like that. And if people want to contact me and ask me questions about the trip, what to expect, whatever, please, I will happily answer them.
Cool. Thank you.
Same here.
So, and if you want to reach Moyne Khan, you can go to a differentagenda@gmail.com. Or you can look him up on Facebook again, A Different Agenda on Facebook.
You can message him on Bay Area Writers Forum.
Yeah, you can
His
go to
username is Khan, Khan.
Yep.
And so go see the movie. I urge everyone, and I don't know if he's filled up the slots. I have no idea. I don't think he has. I think this is an amazing opportunity. I mean, it's not like Pakistan or anywhere has really been on my list to go motorcycle, and it's like, well, this is an opportunity I'm going to take, because
it really is.
I'll find time to go to the Alps, or I'll find time to to go right there.
Right, you can go there anytime, really, to so many of these places, but this is a very limited opportunity to have.
One last thing I'll say about Pakistan that was interesting is when I had a lot of people here saying, "Oh, don't go," or worried about it. My wife works with a lot of people in the UK. And almost everyone she asked out there or told that I was going on this trip was either, "Oh, I love it there," or, "Oh, I go there all the time. I go there every year. It's beautiful."
Wow.
So it's really, that kind of helped mellow me out a little bit more about it too, is because almost all of her British colleagues were like, "Yeah, it's great."
Can you go into more detail about what kinds of things people were saying?
No, I think we're trying to wrap up, man.
Okay. All right. I missed the hand signals, so sorry. My bad.
I'll tell you offline.
Yeah.
So, can you tell people how to reach us?
Nope.
Where's Megan? We're lost without her.
You could reach us at Facebook at Facebook/Recycle Santa Cruz, or you could reach us at recyclemotorcyclegarage@gmail.com.
Check out Motorcycles and Misfits on SoundCloud. That's where we broadcast.
Word up.
Man.
Yes, rate us on iTunes. We're all up in that business.
Please rate us on iTunes. It helps us.
1
And
star.
I actually have an announcement.
She's got an announcement. What?
Yes, we now
Really? Are you pregnant?
No.
It's not
Who's the
mine.
father?
We now have a phone number
Do we have a phone
that
number?
people can call in.
And it's not dial-a-prayer either. It's an actual phone number.
And they can leave a message on the voicemail if they want to share something with us that we can then put that soundbite up on the podcast.
Wait, so people still use voicemail?
What's the actual phone number?
So the easy thing is you can go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com and we have it posted there, or you can call us at 831-291-5112.
Nice.
Call me a douchebag.
Yeah, if you want to call. Oh, you don't have to put the mic down to get him snoring. He's on all of them.
Yeah, he's
That's his
picked up.
thing. He snores on all of them. That's Bosley, by the way.
yeah.
Though it
Mr.
could
B.
easily be Lucas. He sometimes falls asleep too.
No, I don't snore. I just fart.
That's what it is.
So yes, thank you everyone for listening, and
Yes. Thank you for coming out and hanging out and telling us your story and your experience.
Thank you for the invitation.
Definitely.
as Lucas
Great.
said, please rate us on iTunes. It helps us with the feedback a lot. We really appreciate it, and I do check them. So I think that's it. You want to take it out?
All right. And tonight we have had Liza,
Hello.
Bagel,
Patty.
Aaron,
Yo.
Jeanette,
Hello.
Lucas.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Gets me every time. James.
What's up?
And I have been Knock.
And you still are.
Cool,
the past.
cool.
No,
What?
we out.
Are we out?
We out. We out.
Cool,
dog.
cool.
We out.
There you go.